Happy Friday, beautiful souls. This is Shamama Hunting Owl with your new twin flame reading for this week, weekend, whatever, the next few days. I want to start, as I always do, by thanking all of you for your comments, your questions, asking for readings and healing sessions with me, liking, subscribing, and sharing my Facebook page, my YouTube channel. I'm also on Instagram. For those of you who are not on Facebook, I post daily cards, kind of just to give you guys a little extra inspiration and boost when you need it. So check those things out. Everything is under Shamama Hunting Owls, so you guys, can find it that way. And the websites and stuff are in the box below the video. So please hit the subscribe button so you get notified as to when I do my new videos. Because I don't ever do them with any real consistency on dates. It's kind of just whenever I'm called to do so. So I want to start this video with you guys. It's going to be a little different this time. I didn't actually do a full reading this week. I have some messages that I wanted to share about kind of where things are at right now and the things that we need to be working on and focusing on. I'm also being guided to pull from the Rumi Oracle on camera for you guys at the end of the video. So that's going to be the only card that I pull today, unless somebody tells me otherwise while I do the reading. So I want to start by saying that a lot of the Divine Feminine have reached out to me this week. They're all sort of feeling this urge, their own guidance to reach out to their divine masculines, and kind of lay stuff on the line, really speak their truths, be their authentic selves. They're done feeling like they need to settle for scraps or crumbs. And it's time for that to happen. There's another phase in healing that is happening right now for all of us. We are being pushed in a big way. The planets, the energies, the things that have gone on with the full moon and the eclipse and the comets and the upcoming new moon and the solar eclipse that's attached to that. There is definitely some energy pushing us all right now. Facing our fears, all of those things. So, excuse me. So I made some notes, you guys, and I've got papers and pictures to kind of help you get an understanding of where I'm going with all of this. The first and most important thing of where we are all at on this journey is about coming into a sense of wholeness. And I actually looked up the definition for wholeness, and so I wrote little notes here for you guys so you can read along, okay? And it says wholeness, containing all components, not wounded or injured, having been restored and healed. Now I took this out of right off of online. I just typed in define wholeness and clicked on the first link, which was I think Webster's dictionary. And this is where the divine feminine and the divine masculine need to come to terms with themselves. We need to be in a place of wholeness within ourselves before we can come into union. And wholeness is truly embracing all of our parts into one. It couldn't be explained more better in the definition, having all the pieces, having all of our pieces put together, being restored and healed and not being injured and wounded anymore. We all know that the divine feminine and the divine masculine have been carrying around for so long these pieces of ourselves that are wounded and we're injured, and whether they be from this life, from past lives, from programming from our parents, from society, whatever it is, we are coming into this place of wholeness. And not until we are in a place of wholeness are we going to be given our unions. Because seriously, who wants two broke people together, right? So part of what I've experienced with the clients that I've worked with over the past week and a half is that a lot of them are speaking their truths, being authentic in their hearts, knowing that they are stepping into their divine goddess, that they are goddesses, gods and goddesses, because there are some of the divine feminine that are masculine gender, or masculine bodies, shall we say. It's about self-love. It's about getting to a place where we can say, hey, you know what? I am a sacred treasure, and I damn well deserve to be treated like such. The scraps were great then, but now you need to see me for who I am. And I see myself now for who I am. And I am an amazing person, and I deserve only the best. And that means your full heart and your divine masculine also healed, no longer wounded, coming into a place of complete wholeness. Back a long time ago, I've talked in many videos about us being these divine superpowers. I use the superhero analogy so often. We are Wonder Woman, or whoever you identify with. I mean, I identify, that's my thing, Wonder Woman. And on my own, I have amazing, amazing superpowers and abilities. I am whole. And I can do fantastic, phenomenal things on my own. The divine masculine needs to get to their place in that. And it's only when we can both come together as 100% that we can then form this Justice League, this power, Wonder Twin powers activated, I always say. Wonder Woman and Batman together on their own are amazing superheroes, right? They can freaking do anything. But together, what they can do is beyond all comprehension of our 3D minds. And that's what we're being called into. That's what union is about. It's about taking these two individuals who are these fantastic superpowers, these amazing, amazing, complete, full people in and of themselves who don't really need anyone else to fulfill them because they are complete and powerful on their own. But bringing that together, that 100% from each side, is what makes the twin union. It's what makes us step into that next step of our divine mission. And this is the place we're being called from right now. So in doing this work that we've been doing and healing and restoring our broken pieces, the next step of speaking that truth to our divine counterpart is a big deal. And kudos for all of those wonderful divine feminine out there who have heard this calling and who have answered it. They have gone within, they have followed their guidance, and you guys are doing amazing. You're doing exactly what you're going to do. You're facing the fear, the biggest fear that we have, that by speaking our truth and standing for who we are and what we believe in, we are going to alienate or push away or sever the ties with our divine masculine. And as we all know, these are not ties that are going to be severed, okay? It's a trigger for them to step into their next phase of healing so they can be whole and complete and balanced in their divine feminine and masculine energy in themselves. So I want you to know that facing these fears for us is a huge milestone, as well as it helps our divine masculine. And even if there is separation in the 3D, as we know, this separation is meant for a time to heal, because we don't want a broken person in our lives. We are beyond that. We don't need a broken person to have to take care of. We want equal power. We want to step into a complete and solid foundation with our twin. And this is how we're going about doing it. Now, I also know that another part of this wholeness and coming into wholeness is the breaking down of paradigms, of these templates of what union and commitment mean. And I did a video back a while ago, but I wanted with Venn diagrams. So I kind of am going back to that for you guys, just briefly, to explain, because I know a lot of the divine masculine have these fears of commitment and what that means, and because of marriages and relationships that they've had, this is kind of how they see, okay, relationships and marriages. These are the old templates now, mind you guys, okay? And in these diagrams, you know, the way we looked at marriage was one person had to completely lose themselves in the other in order to function in the way marriage has been presented all along, or relationships have been presented all along. So either the divine masculine kept himself entirely but completely absorbed the divine feminine, or vice versa, the divine feminine kept herself entirely and in control and completely absorbed the divine masculine in her world. There was no individual part of themselves left anymore. It was either all or nothing. And this is what's led to the destruction of marriages and codependence and narcissistic relationships and all of those things. So I'm going to put this one down, guys. But what I want to say is that this is the old template. The divine masculine right now is functioning on this old template. They don't understand that the nature of these twin flame relationships and union are about something completely different. That it's a new model that's being brought down. We don't want this anymore. We don't want to completely lose ourselves or have the other person lose themselves in our relationships, because we in and of ourselves are complete. We don't need that anymore. We are not codependent. We are not in that same mental, emotional, spiritual place that we were before. So the new template looks like this. And I had done this diagram back a while ago. And it was drawn probably a lot worse than it is now. But this is the new template of what commitment means, of what union means. It means that the divine masculine is himself, and the divine feminine is herself. And yet there's this place in the middle where they meet. Excuse me, guys. Hang on one second. Okay, and there's this place in the middle that they meet. So the divine masculine is still allowed to be the divine masculine in all that that person stands for. They're allowed to have their likes, their interests, their opinions, their thought processes, their emotions, just as they experience them. And so is the divine feminine. But then there's this overlap area where they come together. This is like, yeah, I can go still fish, and yeah, I can go still hang out with the boys, and yeah, I can go still hang out with my girls, and yeah, I can go play and be in nature and whatever it is that I'm about. But we share this middle ground. We have this this area where we complement each other. And it's not about losing each other. So when we talk about what we want from our divine union, the divine masculine needs to understand this. And I feel like, as we're coming into this place of wholeness and speaking our truths about who we are authentically, and what we honor and what we deserve, immediately the divine masculine goes into this place of, oh my God, they're talking about commitment and marriage and trapping me, and that bird cage door they hear slamming shut. They hear it's like a jail cell, right? But what needs to be explained to them is that this is not what we want. We do not want to cage them. We do not want to trap them. We do not want them to lose who they are. We don't want to control them. We want them to be these beautiful, free birds in spirit. We want them to choose for themselves where they want to be, what they want. We value that. We value that true expression of the authentic self. So part of, those of you who have reached out to your divine masculine and shared these parts, this is another part of explaining to them that you're not looking to cage them or put them in a box or absorb them completely into your world, that hey, you know what? I'm good on my own, and I got shit I like to do myself, and I don't need you all up in my business all the time either. The same way you don't want me in yours all the time either. But there's this sacred area where we come together, where we work together, where, you know, our superpowers are great on our own, but coming together to do certain things are even better. And this is what we're trying, what we're trying to kind of like portray, not just to ourselves and our union, but these are what relationships for everyone as humanity begins to awaken and come into this new world are going to look like. It's not about marriage like before. We're not asking for this legal paper of commitment. We are asking to be chosen every day to be their divine counterpart. And we are choosing them every day to be their divine counterpart with no strings attached. We are not attached to the outcome. We are not attached to control anymore, or manipulation, or any of those crazy, codependent things that we were raised with. So I hope that part helps you guys. The next part of this discussion, so first we have wholeness and self-love, okay? Then we have this whole commitment part of the paradigm. Now the next part of it is, and really the last part I want to really talk about, is about being a recharging station. As we know, the divine feminine has been sort of like a recharging station for the divine masculine's batteries in the 3D world. They have come to us when they're hurt. They have come to us when their 3D shit has gotten the best of them, when they feel worn down, when there's nothing left in their batteries. And up until this point, we have been honored and compelled even to be that recharging station, to help them heal, to use our sacred gifts and our sexuality to recharge their batteries. But what's happening now, and that was all great then, okay? So let me say, everybody who has done that, we have done nothing wrong, okay? That's how it had to be. But now, as we have stepped into this place of wholeness, you guys, we're done recharging batteries, okay? We are done with that, because it's time for the divine masculine to realize the reason their batteries constantly need to be recharged. And that's because they're so trapped in these 3D things that keep draining them, but they're not letting those things fall away. And as difficult as this is to say, we need to allow them to drain their batteries until they're dead, until they realize that they need to shed those things that are draining their batteries, that they need to cut ties and step into their wholeness, so they don't need their batteries recharged by us, that they can be charged and full of love and light the way we are, okay? We don't need people to charge us anymore. We are fully charged. Our lights are shining so bright. That's why people come to us now. Okay, people are drawn like a magnet to our light, like a moth to a flame. They feel that stuff. I go out in public, you guys, and people just talk to me now. It's never happened in my life, but since I've been on this journey, people are just drawn to it. They sense it, they see it, they comment on things, they ask me questions out of the blue, crazy things, spiritual things that you wouldn't expect. So understand that we can let our light shine, and we can still share our energy with our divine counterpart in the 5D. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do that. What I am saying and suggesting is that in the 3D, unless we cut that tie to being their battery recharger, they are not going to walk away from the things that are draining them, the things that are hurting their soul. And it's that simple, you guys. So I wanted to share one other little thing, two other little things. And this I want to give as a message of hope to the divine feminine. Yesterday I received a message from someone who I'm friends with. Not really friends that I know in the 3D world, but someone who lives near me. And we've had several conversations in the past. It's been ages though, ages and ages and ages since I've heard from this person. And he is a divine masculine. And I knew back a long time ago that this person was in fact a divine masculine twin flame. And he reached out to me out of the blue yesterday. And I'm going to read you, the message he sent me, and I'm not using his name because I don't actually have permission to use it because I didn't ask, but I am going to tell you the message that he sent me. And if you're watching this, darling, I thank you so much, because the one sentence you sent to me was exactly what the divine feminine needed to hear this week. And the message was not, "Hi, how are you?" Nothing. It was one simple sentence. "I only love one woman, and I don't know why." And I was like, holy shit, okay, it's real, it's happening. Thank you, angels. And I explained to this person, I led them to an article about twin flames. And he was like, holy crap, this all makes sense and help, So, I just want to say that this is confirmation and proof that even if you don't see it happening in your 3D world, that you don't see the masculine moving in the direction that you are hoping, they're being moved. They're being moved in some very big ways. Okay, so the last thing before the card that I wanted to talk about is I was given the word patience today. Okay, and I did the little anagrammy things like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago or whenever it was, with some words. And I did another one for patience, because we are being asked to be patient. And so with this word patience, this is what I came up with, you guys. And it says, place attention totally inwards, experiencing now and changing everything. Okay? This comes back to, we need to go inward. Listen to what our guidance and our intuition are telling us. It's very clear that we need to focus on the present moment. Experience the now. What you are living in at this moment. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about 5 hours from now. And don't worry about yesterday. Okay? The now. The now is where we find our true peace. And we hear our messages. We release all the clutter in our minds when we focus on just the experience of the moment, in staying present. And this is what is going to change everything, you guys. So I hope that is helpful. I'm going to pull out the Rumi deck now. I don't even have it out of the box yet, you guys, so give me a sec. Okay, and I'm going to ask for all blessings. I'm going to ask the angels, ascending masters, the divine himself to step in and give us one message that we need to hear. Exactly one thing that we need to hear for today. Whoa, and there we go. Okay, you guys. And the glasses go on, and you're going to give me a minute to look this up. Okay. And the card we have is number 30. And it's the Whirling Goddess. Okay, so check that out for a second while I look it up in the book, because Rumi has a lot to say we know about the cards. Where is it? Hang on, give me a sec, guys. Almost there. Whoa, okay, got it. Wow, and this is actually one of the shorter Rumi passages. So, okay, so I'm going to read this to you guys. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous card. Okay. Whirling Goddess. Lose your head. Not a single thread that has a head can go through the eye of a needle. Come, my love, you are dizzy yet. If you can still find your feet, then that is okay with me. But if you can still find your head, then I will take issue. There is a great dance, but it cannot be danced with choreographed steps. No, this great dance demands a response rather than an initiation, a reaction rather than a direction. So let us disassemble and lose our heads to the great music, the rhythm held steady in our beating hearts. Our feet shall be moving, whilst our minds, inadequate to the task, take the night off. Okay, sorry guys. Okay, so let me reread that part. Our feet shall be moving, whilst our minds, inadequate to the task, take the night off. Okay, there is somewhere you are meant to be. It is here now, in this moment. Oh my God, you guys, right? In the moment, experiencing the moment. There's a gift right under your nose, the fragrant wine in your glass, gleaming red as the most precious rubies. To be here now, you must pass through the keyhole, but your head will tell you that this is not possible unless the door is unlocked. Even though your body is passing through the keyhole of the locked door into the endless world beyond, leave your mind to be in its struggles for the moment. Without you laying witness to it, your mind will become like a dog howling for its master's return, even as he steps out the front door. Frustrated temporarily, he will chew on some shoes, then fall asleep peacefully until his master returns. So leave your mind trusting, chewing a little until you are truly through the keyhole when it can rest. Leave it be. Instead, come dance with me. This oracle brings you a message. You are at the point of growth where your mind can hold you back rather than urge you forward. If you have, like so many, used your mind to support you, be sure up your sense of self in the world and to gain a sense of certainty about how the world works, then this is no easy leap. It will seem as though you are being asked to pass through the keyhole. Of course, your mind will stop and argue for all the reasons why the door should be opened instead of remaining closed, making the task seem so much harder than it needs to be. But this is the mind in resistance. Don't place too much stock in the claims that life should be other than it is. You are being asked to dance rather than understand, to lay the thoughts to rest and to come alive. It is the bravest, most trusting soul that dares to put the mind to one side and say, "Tonight we dance, my heart and I, in the great rousing music of the beloved's beating heart, and I will not miss one step." And to awaken the next day and to do it all over again and again and again. You are ready, you see, sweet soul dancer. You are ready to live beyond what you know, to have it no matter what, if you don't understand how life can work itself out, or how it could be that someone so normal and ordinary as you and I could be so magnificent, wild, and divine. The need for answers and plans, assurances and explanations is passing out of your world now. We are not waiting for permission, for explanation, or for even another dance partner, for I am already inviting you onto the great dance floor. You are to let go of any stigma around not knowing. When someone asks you what you are going to do next or how you are going to manage, you are given this divine mandate. With relish, reveal the truth. I don't know. Know nothing and dance, sweet soul, for all will unveil itself to you in perfect harmony and timing. Your heart shall create the steps in response to the music of the spheres, happening now, alive and spontaneous and free. This oracle brings you a special message. If there is an issue apparently unsolved or unknowable in your life right now, the divine is handling it. The divine is in the middle of it, working through the knot and unraveling it. Fear not. Do the sacred ritual and give yourself permission to take the night off from worry. Repeat this heavenly prescription daily as needed. Okay, so the sacred honoring ritual that goes along with this says to say out loud, I give my heart permission to lead this dance. I give my mind some time off No more worry or doubt, planning or resisting. Instead, I surrender. Instead, I open. Instead, I allow. I allow, I allow. And all unfolds with perfection, divine timing, and the miracle of grace. With Rumi as my sole witness, so be it. You have completed your sacred honoring ritual. Okay, so guys, this truly plays into what I was just saying about coming into our wholeness, living in the now, not worrying about how any of this is going to play out. I know for a lot of the divine feminine right now, they still get very concerned with looking at their current union situations as to how in the hell is any of this going to actually happen. Don't worry. Don't worry. Release these fears, release these worries. Be patient, okay? Stay in the now and know 100% faith in knowing that it is being taken care of. Whew. Wow, that was like really powerful, you guys. I don't know, I'm feeling all like, it's true as I drop things again. Whew. Okay, so that was a lot. That was big. There's a lot of energy in that, and there's a lot of power in those words. So rewind, go back, recite the sacred ritual, and write it down if you need to, and really embrace it in your hearts and souls, you guys. With that, again, I want to thank you all. Please hit the subscribe button, like, share, get on Facebook, check out the daily cards, you guys. Keep reaching out to me for readings and healings. My wait time is really not, people think it's like really bad, but it's not. I'm like 2 days usually, at the most 3 days, depending on what kind of time zone you're in. So if you're looking for readings or healings, please reach out to my website or send me an email, okay? I am sending you all so much love and light, gratitude and blessings, always, beautiful souls. Have a glorious and blessed weekend, and we'll talk soon, okay? I love you guys. Mwah. Bye.